Today, I'm diving into a topic that affects a large percentage of the population, but oftentimes it gets overlooked, and that's social anxiety. Social anxiety impacts a lot of different aspects of our lives, be it our professional lives and our ability to thrive in personal settings, make connections with people. And it can manifest in a lot of different ways, whether that is feeling just anxious or actually experiencing physical symptoms like sweating or trembling, shaking. And it creates this pattern of feeling like we are unable to be out in the world, and we're almost like we're not allowed to form friendships, to form relationships and strong bonds with other people because of this. Today, I want to show you two techniques. They take less than 60 seconds each. You do it every day. You are going to see your social anxiety decrease and your confidence go way up. Absolute game changers. They've really helped me a lot. They still help me. I like to do these every morning. It really helps get you in the zone, get you out of your head, and be ready to actually be social, be engaged, and connect with people in a way that otherwise we'd feel unable to. Before we dive in, though, I want to take a minute, and I know from my struggles with anxiety, one of the worst parts is the story we tell ourselves about who we are because of this. This judging ourselves on it, like, oh, there's something wrong with me, and treating it as something we have to defeat, like it's an illness. I want to tell you that it is perfectly natural. We are hardwired to feel anxiety. There is nothing wrong with you. We evolved to feel it. And every emotion that we have, every feeling, is meant to protect us or to give us pleasure. There is some sort of perceived benefit to it. Now, in the case of social anxiety, when that comes up, it's firing off when it doesn't need to. And there can be a million different reasons why that is. Doesn't matter. But what I'm going to show you is how we can get it flowing so it doesn't affect us. But just remember, there's nothing wrong with you for feeling anxious. It is a survival mechanism. None of us would be here if our ancestors didn't feel anxiety. Going way back to the dawn of man, hunting and gathering, they're out picking berries. Here comes a saber-toothed tiger. And the anxiety fires off. They take off running. Fight, flight, freeze. The one that doesn't have that just sees a saber-toothed tiger, shrugs, keeps going, they get eaten. So anxiety is not bad. There is an evolutionary reason we experience it. It's meant to keep us safe. With social anxiety, what happens is there's a disconnect in how it fires off and how we're reactive to it. And these two techniques I'm going to show you today are going to help you not be reactive to it. They're going to help ground you and have you feeling better and more confident. You do these every day, you're going to start feeling a lot better, a lot less anxious, and a lot more confident. Okay, so the first technique that I'm going to show you has to do with grounding. When I say grounding, I know for me, a lot of time, and especially if you're analytical, in a social situation, you can feel like you're up in your head. And that's because we're scanning around, we're looking for threats, we're wondering, are these people judging us? How are they reacting to us? What's going on? All of that stuff. What we need to do is we need to get out of our heads and be more in our entire bodies so we can be present and be in the moment. You can do this either sitting or standing. I prefer to do it standing. If you can, do it with your shoes off. Bare feet is great. Sometimes if I'm out walking and I need to ground real quick, then, obviously shoes on, you can do it. But if you're at home, have your shoes off, be on the ground, stand up. But when you're in your head, and you've probably noticed this, you actually feel a lot of tension, a lot of extra weight up either in the top of your head and in your neck and shoulders. It's not an exaggeration. We are literally in our head when we're feeling that. So what you do is you stand perfectly flat, stand up straight, make sure your knees are loose a little bit. You don't want to stand so stiff in the knees that you fall over. But you're going to want to plant your feet flat, shoulder width apart, and just stand there. I like to close my eyes to do this so I can focus. You don't have to. It'll work either way. So what you do is I'll close my eyes and I'll focus on that tension, that up in my head feeling, in my shoulders, in my neck, in the top of my head, and I'll imagine it moving up and just taking all that tension and putting it into a ball. And I'm just putting it into a ball in the very top of my head. I'm moving it to the back of my head. All of that I'm feeling. I'm just imagining that. This is all you have to do is just imagine that you're taking all of that tension, that being in your head feeling, and putting it in a ball right there in the back of your head. And then just start imagining that it's moving down the back of your head and down your spine. You're moving it down your neck, down your shoulders. And as it moves down, you'll feel yourself loosen up, straighten up. You might feel your shoulders go back as all of that tension, that stress moves down your body. It moves down your spine. And then just imagine it going all the way down through your legs, and you'll feel your knees kind of loosen. You'll feel your hips loosen up, and you just become more open. And then just imagine it going all the way down through your feet, out into the ground, and just dissipating. So we're removing the charge of that tension, and we're opening up. When we're feeling anxious, is one of the things, we're going to close off, go into this defensive sort of stance with our body language. And when we get out of our head, we open up. This helps draw people in to our world, to us. It makes us more welcoming. It works great. Anytime you have to be in a situation where you're going to talk to somebody, if you're worrying, oh, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? Do that anytime you're feeling up in your head. And you can do it really quick. Like I said, both of these techniques that I'm showing you today, you can do in under 60 seconds. So all you have to do is just put it in a ball and move it down and feel yourself open up and feel that grounding. So that is technique number 1. Technique number 2, this is called the awesome anchor. It's taught to me by Mike Mandel, who's a tremendous hypnosis teacher, absolutely genius hypnotist. I'm happy to call him my teacher and my friend. And he uses this all the time. He used to do stage hypnosis. He would use it anytime before he goes on stage. I use it all the time. I do it every morning just to help myself get going and really start the day off right. This one is a little more involved. All you have to do before you leave the house, you set this anchor, and then you'll be able to use it anytime. And all you end up doing is just pushing your thumb and your ring finger together, and that activates it. But first, before we can activate it, we have to set it. And what we're doing is we're accessing a resourceful state. Because no matter how anxious we are, there is a time where we've felt completely confident, and we can access that and put it to use in any situation. So what you do is first, I do this on my non-dominant hand. So what I'll do is I'll find that carpal channel kind of between the knuckles, between my pinky and my ring finger. When I do that, I start tapping it. And then as I'm tapping, I'll start to say affirmations. Not just saying affirmations, but really saying these things as if you mean it, as if you are experiencing it right now. Do it with conviction, with intensity, with passion, and it brings that state forward, that resourceful state that will help us in these situations. The first three, I do the same no matter what I'm doing it for. But the rest you can change to whatever suits you best. I'm going to go through a few and we're going to see how that works for you. The first one is I'm tapping on that carpal channel. First, I'm going to go, I feel awesome. I feel phenomenal. All of my resources are online. I am cool, confident, and collected in every social situation. People flock to me. I am social. I am comfortable in any situation I find myself in. I am grounded and confident. I am awesome. And then when you say awesome, on that last one, you push your thumb and your ring finger together. And you'll feel a charge kind of go up your arm. And you might feel yourself loosen up there as it happens. That's the anchor taking place. And once you feel that, you can let go. And the anchor is set. So now anytime you want to access that resourceful state, all you have to do is push that together and it'll give you that charge. It'll put you back into it. It's like a battery too. So anytime you are just feeling good, when you're feeling a way that you would like to be feeling at any given time, just do that. And it'll anchor that feeling as well to it and kind of charge that battery back up. So this is a super useful technique. It's great. I do it every morning. I set it and I go out through my day and I know if I ever need it, boom, it's there. I hope this has been helpful. Try these out. Let me know in the comments how it works for you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell button, all of that fun stuff. And again, please let me know how this works. Let me know how much better you feel. If you start doing these every day, you are going to be amazed at the changes you'll feel in no time. Till next time, everyone, be seeing you.